Hey everyone, TJ Hernandez here, and I'm the founder of RosterCoach.com, a classroom-style video-based website that's designed to help you improve your daily fantasy sports game. To give you an idea of what RosterCoach has to offer, here's a preview of one of our recent lessons explaining how to use Vegas lines in MLB DFS. If you enjoy this video, please like and share it, and don't forget to leave a comment below.
Hey guys, Tom Beluco here, going to talk about Vegas, lines, spreads, odds, totals, all that good stuff for MLB DFS. Going to try to continue this MLB DFS series here. Some time in between the introduction and this new video here, and hopefully we have some more strategy content pumping out for you guys here in the coming weeks. Really get you going on MLB DFS as the NBA season winds down and the MLB season picks up. For all of you who have played who have played DFS in general in the past, whether it be NFL or NBA, you've probably used Vegas lines to assist you in your research before. Much the same in MLB, we're going to use the lines in a similar fashion, tweak it a little bit. But one of the major differences I want to mention before we get into this card here and talk about what these numbers mean is that baseball has much more variance than football and especially basketball. So while we all like to trust in Vegas a good amount, especially as the season winds on and we get more sample size and Vegas starts to get comfortable with all these new teams in the season and all that, they can be off on some nights, especially when we have pitchers who are unknown, newer pitchers who are unknown commodities, or whether it's injuries that pop up and scratches that happen while they're not as common as they are in NBA, they still do occur, and sometimes Vegas can take those the wrong way. So you'll see Vegas is wrong, wrong in quotation marks. How wrong can they be in a high variance sport like this? But they're wrong much more often in MLB than they are in NBA. So if you can find out when Vegas might be wrong, when they might be under projecting a pitcher or over projecting a certain offense, or when they're not taking advantage of the wind in a certain game, things of that nature, you can really get an advantage, especially in tournaments, if you can project or predict when Vegas is going to be incorrect. So let's talk about some of these numbers, and then I can circle back on that point and elaborate on it a little further, talk about how you can use Vegas to your advantage strategy-wise in a couple different ways. But basically, let's look at this 4:15 game between the Nationals and the Mets. It is in New York. The home team is always the bottom team here. We have those two starting pitchers here, Jacob deGrom and Gio Gonzalez. You'll find that a lot of these Vegas lines are made relying very heavily on who the starting pitcher is. The bullpen is usually not factored in as much. It's a lot to do with how good the starting pitcher is, how good the opposing offenses are, and other factors along those lines. But the starting pitcher is by far the heaviest factor you'll see when Vegas creates these lines and totals. So DeGrom, obviously the better pitcher here, and he pitches much better at home. What we'll first look at is the total. This one is at 6.5. That's very low. 6.5 is a very low total. You'll see down here at San Francisco and Colorado in Coors Field is 10.5. And even that seems low for a Coors game. You'll get some Coors games that are up near 12 or 12.5 runs, maybe even a 13-run game with two bad pitchers. Because of the elevation and balls tend to get out of the park there, we know that Coors Field is a dynamo for run-scoring opportunities. So you'll see those run totals really high. Whereas games with good pitchers or in hitters' parks or when the wind is blowing in, you'll see these totals much lower. Vegas projecting this one will stay under 7 runs and land at 6.5. Obviously, the favorite is on the over there when it's minus 125 and the plus 105 on the under. The other thing we'll look at here is the spread. Instead of trying to handicap games in terms of giving teams runs, what Vegas will do is take away 1.5 points from the favorite and give the underdog 1.5, and then create an odd on that line. So if you want to take the Nationals with a 1.5, they won't have to stay in within 2 runs. That is at minus 225, so that's the favorite there of the two scenarios. If you want to take the Mets and subtract a 1.5, so the Mets must win by 2 or more, then you get 188 to your dollar, to your 100. So that's an underdog bet there on the Mets minus 1.5. And then you have simply the odds here. That's kind of the one that's used the most, I think, in MLB betting, is just the handicap of the game, who's favored and who is the underdog. As of right now, the Mets are slightly favored at -110, and it's even on the Nationals at +100. We find a game that has a much bigger spread here. Let's see where we can go to. -215 for the Indians, +192 for the White Sox. This is obviously because Carlos Carrasco is a very good pitcher. The White Sox are just not a good hitting team. So we get that high favorite for the Indians, and the underdog is the Mike Pelfrey and Chicago White Sox batting order.